Hello everyone, L.A Smith here. It is Saturday the 11th of January 2025, 45 past 10 at the PM, and we're going to have a look at a DSP video today. Well, not from his channel, but clipped by DSP Tries It, Memology 101. And this is basically going to be DSP's take on the wildfires that's happening in Los Angeles, the absolute tragedy that's happening over there. It's been going on for the past few days, so let's hear DSP's take on it.
So someone tipped $7 and they're trying to make light of a pretty bad situation that's going on in Los Angeles right now. For those who don't know, in L.A., United States, that is, California, they're having some pretty bad wildfires. They are ripping through the state and they are destroying homes, okay? Now, first off, I just want to let everyone know, I feel bad. You hear these stories, people are losing their homes or whatever, and it's like, that sucks. At the same time, I do have to ask a question. This is not the first time wildfires have ripped through California. In fact, they frequently rip through California. You usually hear this every year, 2 years, or 3 years, every once in a while. So why do they keep building?
I mean, in a way, that is true. You do hear about wildfires happening in the whole California, Los Angeles area. I do remember a few years ago, one was caused by a gender reveal party, and they had like fireworks and flames there to like reveal the gender of their baby for some fucking reason. I don't know why they couldn't do it like a safe way, but you know, America. And it caused a widespread fire, and it basically destroyed thousands of acres of land and wilderness. And apparently they did get done for it. The family got done for it. They had to spend millions in court fees and that. But I don't really know much of what else happened at the end tail of that.
Like, you are fucking stupid. All right? I mean, this is just an honest question. This is not even a criticism. Why do they keep building homes there?
Well, they're not going to stop because there's like fires everywhere. It's like, does this mean like, oh, there's crime afoot, so we're not going to build here anymore? You gotta build houses for people. It's like, what are you going to do? Like, let people be homeless all the time? Like, how is it got to keep building the houses? I mean, like, they can't stop because like there's been like wildfires. Like, people still need to live places. I mean, houses just obviously it's got to be like adaptable for like wildfires like that. I mean, you can't just like have a state or a country abandoned just because it's got like terrible things happening to it. So it's a bit of a fucking stupid thing to say on them DSP fucking podcast or wherever it is on. I think it is a podcast. I'm really not quite sure.
This would be like, there's a fault line, and every year there's a major earthquake that rocks everything around the fault line. So why do you keep rebuilding on the fault line? I'm confused. We've talked about this.
Because these things can happen anywhere.
This was actually a topic that we covered during my DSP Reacts, DSP versus the Internet series, where there's a story or two, like people who live in the most frozen climate on the planet, people who live at the highest altitude. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, why would you want to live there? For example, I just saw the story this morning. Okay.
Like, why would you want to live there? I don't know, because like most of the time, like, it only happens like once every like so often, and like hopefully not at all. I mean, like, there's always like reasons that the wildfires happen. I mean, like I said before, the gender reveal party. Now, what they're saying this time is it's arsonists that are keeping the fires going. I'm not quite sure whenever to believe it or not, but you got to live somewhere. Like, people can rebuild, like houses and properties can rebuild, lives can't. That's the thing, is like your loved ones, if you lose a loved one, obviously that's a terrible loss, but stuff can be recovered, houses can be rebuilt. It takes time and money, but people can recover from this. It just takes a little bit of time.
Okay, Paris Hilton and Billy Crystal. I don't think you could talk about two people who are more different, who are rich, right? But they just lost their homes. These two rich celebrities had these insanely expensive homes in the hills of L.A., and the
homes he wishes that he could own.
Homes have been lost to the wildfires, okay? But I don't know, like, to me, I just hear this, I'm like, that would be the last place I would ever want to live. If you know that historically there's a high chance that eventually there's...
Yes, historically there's a chance of fires happening, but Los Angeles is a really nice area. So that's probably why all these rich celebrities want to live there, because most of the time it's a really nice area.
There's going to be fires that are going to take your house out. Why would you want to live there? It's not like this is, this randomly happened and it was shocking. Now, you hear about L.A. fires every year. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's like this affluence thing. If you're rich, you want to take the chance of having the luxury house, but it might burn down. I don't know. It sounds weird to me. Like I said, I would not want to be in any kind of a high risk area or anything like that.
It's true. He's a dumb shit. He really is.
Anyway, so I received a $7 tip. I'll be honest, I do think this is kind of in bad taste, but I'm going to read it anyway. He said, question, what is your take on Los Angeles being doused in holy Hulkamania fire after booing Hulk Hogan on Raw?
What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure that the wildfires in LA have nothing to do with the fact that Hulk Hogan was booed on Monday Night Raw, which took place in LA. I'm just saying I don't think there's any correlation between those two events. And being...
Is this it for that?
Tip.
I choose not to believe you. I don't believe you. Like Ron Burgundy said, I don't believe you.
I think that's better.
I choose not to believe you.
But again, it's confusing to me when you hear these stories. It's not like, oh no, people who are of low income and have no ability to move have lost their houses in LA due to the wildfires. That's never the story. It's always some rich celebrities or high-end rich people built these luxury homes in the Hollywood Hills and they just burned down because of the LA wildfires. Like, well, then
I mean, yes, that is a thing that the media tends to like talk about these celebrities in this situation, and like rarely normal people. However, on the news over here, yes, there has been talks about normal people in Los Angeles and in Hollywood that has lost their homes, other than celebrities. So it really depends on the news anchor or the newscaster that's talking about it, whenever they talk about the celebrities or not. But of course, yeah, they would talk about these celebrities because there are some big names in Los Angeles and they have lost their homes, which is bad, which is really sad. Because you got to remember, even though they're richer than you, even though they're more famous, they're still normal people on the inside. So you got to feel bad for them. It's like, it is really bad that happened to their homes.
Why did they build the house there? They knew it was a high risk. I don't know.
Because it's a good area.
So anyway,
it's a good area to live most of the time.
Again, someone I'm sure will correct me and say, Phil, you're a complete dunce and a moron because you don't understand anything about it, so you should just keep your big mouth shut. However, this is a podcast, so I have the right to give my opinion on anything. That's just my uneducated take on it, and feel free to eviscerate me in the comments. Okay.
Oh my god. What a fucking idiot.
I've just received an anonymous gifted sub over on Kick. Now, there's a weird thing about these anonymous show up. Yesterday, I swear and I looked in my revenues yesterday.
Is that it?
That there was an anonymous works, because I don't know, again, does Kick have, as if when people do these anonymous, like, why wouldn't they count?
Grab the money.
Okay, I think that's it. I think that's all he's going to say about the wildfires. So yeah, it is really terrible. It doesn't matter if you're a celebrity or not. It's like if you lose your homes in this sort of thing, that is so. I really do feel bad for you, and I really hope that people can recover from this. However, it doesn't mean that you don't need to live there. Yes, there is really nice places in Los Angeles. It all depends. Is like if the building is like structurally sound. I mean, I know there is a house in Los Angeles that the left hand side of the house and the house next to it, either side, they all burnt down. But this house miraculously is intact, like in good shape, nothing wrong with it. Which unless it was built differently, I'm really not quite sure. But anyways, yeah, that was DSP's take on the California or on the Los Angeles wildfires. It is pretty bad. It is pretty bad, and his take on it is not making things any better. So let me know what you think of DSP's attitude towards this. In other words, he doesn't want people to live there just because there's wildfires about. I hope you enjoyed this little video of mine, and I will see you guys next time.